Now to a story we've been investigating for 6 months. The night an off-duty Bakersfield police officer was found asleep in Studio Movie Grill with a firearm in his lap. The theater forced to be evacuated and the off-duty officer placed under arrest. 23 ABC's Jessica Harrington has a first look at the surveillance video from the movie theater showing the hours leading up to the evacuation.
Exclusively obtained surveillance video from the Studio Movie Grill showing the moments the theater was evacuated on December 19th of last year. Bakersfield police officers arrived at the theater after reports of a man asleep in a screening of Frozen 2 with a gun in his lap. That person with the gun, an off-duty Bakersfield police officer later identified as Douglas Barrier. In the video, you see Barrier showing up to the theater, walking in, buying a ticket, and checking in at the hostess desk to get a wristband allowing him to order alcohol. He heads over to the bar where you can see a bartender serve him a beer. He's there for about 10 minutes before moving to a table, and it's about 30 minutes after his arrival that he heads into the theater where the animated film is playing. Court documents state the movie ended just after 11 p.m., and that's when theater attendants went in to make sure everyone left. The theater attendant telling officers she saw Barrier asleep and tried waking him up, and that's when she noticed the gun between Barrier's legs. Police were called and the manager evacuated more than 100 guests who were in the premiere screening of Star Wars: Rise of the Skywalker. According to court documents, responding officers were able to safely remove the gun and wake Barrier up. One of the officers who spoke to Barrier noted in a police report that Barrier, quote, appeared disheveled in appearance, saying his jeans were unzipped and he could smell the strong odor of an alcoholic beverage on his breath and person. Documents also showing Barrier only ordered one beer at the bar, and it was the only drink he was served while at Studio Movie Grill. Once officers had the situation under control, moviegoers were allowed back into the theater and Barrier was arrested for public intoxication. On June 12th, Barrier pleaded no contest to one misdemeanor count of drunk and disorderly conduct. According to court officials, Barrier was referred to Pacific Educational Services to be monitored for completion of a deferred entry of judgment program. State law says that if a person enters a deferred entry of judgment program and completes the program, they could have their criminal charges dismissed. He's scheduled to be sentenced on July 2nd. In Bakersfield, Jessica Harrington, 23 ABC.
23 ABC reached out to BPD for comment on the case. They said that the administrative investigation is ongoing and Barrier remains on paid admin leave. Now, we also requested body camera footage from that incident, but we were told by the department that body-worn camera videos of officers interacting with Barrier at the theater are not releasable because the incident does not qualify as a critical incident described in certain government codes.
Well,